We're going to bank the charge move for the road, and then it's time for the Quagman. Quagman can easily absorb the first surf. We're going to then look to farm up. The opponent will be able to reach one further surf, and we're going to commit our first protect shield. The opponent might try their luck at catching the mud bomb onto Talonflame. We pause a turn, and the only thing Talonflame's catching is the stone edge to the face. Welcome back to the channel. We're in the season of timeless travels, and once again we're taking a look at a team from the past. This was my go-to team in Season 15, the team that I thought was the strongest triple shadow team in that meta. However, last season the meta shifted to a horrible place that I didn't like. Stuff like Licky, Far Too Thicky and Gligar were everywhere, making this team very hard to run. However, let's give credit where credit's due. Niantic's done a pretty good job this season mixing up the meta. Skarmory is now the meta kingpin, meaning both Licky, Far Too Thicky and Gligar are less prevalent, meaning this team, once again, is just phenomenal. The core of Quagsire and Galvantula is just so good when you manage your energy well. With that being said, I'm going to stop jibber-jabbing and let's get into the battles. And in game 1, talk of the meta kingpin and it shall arise. Skarmory does not fancy the work of Galvantula, the opponent stays in. We shield up the sky attack, we're going to commit to the full Volt Switch farm down and Galvantula leaves at 100 energy. The opponent of course sends out Swampert. Swampert Skarmory are like two peas in a pod. The opponent shields the first lunge. I'm then going to throw 2 Volt Switches, throw lunge number 2 on the CMP tie. The opponent shielded the first lunge. Petrified of Galvantula, the opponent shields both. Galvantula putting in so much work. We're going to let the spider go down, send out Sableye. Shadow and Shadow Crime. This Hydro Cannon would usually hit for ridiculous damage, but Swampert is now stuck with a 2-stage debuff. Hydro Cannon still hits for decent damage, but it's an easy tank for Sableye. The opponent then send out their own Sableye. We're going to chip them with the foul play. Then it's time for the Quagman. Foul play easily puts this opposing Sableye into Mud Bomb range. We're not even going to respect the opponent. The opponent throw the foul play. We withstand the damage. Quagman then over farms, throws the first Mud Bomb. One Mud Bomb will be taking care of Sableye. Back out comes Swampert. Swampert might think he's the king of the Mud Boys, but Quagman says move over Swampert. It's my time. GG's and thanks for playing. In the next battle, we see the pesky spider into the mighty blue mouse. You love to see it. The opponent safe switches into Vigoroth. We're going to fire off the lunge, lowering Vigoroth's attack. Vigoroth has now got access to Rock Slide. When it ran Bulldoze, I would normally go to Sableye. However, now I think I'm going to go to the Quagman. The opponent build up to potential Rock Slide, and I will respect it. The opponent, of course, bait with the Body Slam. However, the Volt Switch damage should now put this thing into Mud Bomb range. Vigoroth has got a lowered attack. So despite Body Slam being a pretty good move, we do survive one. Hopefully this Mud Bomb is enough to knock out, but Vigoroth survives on 1 HP and a dream. But regardless, we're still going to maintain the correct alignment. Body Slam gets me low, which is unfortunate because Azumarill is now going to be able to bubble farm down. Back out comes Azumarill. We're only going to reach one move, so I send the Stone Edge. Stone Edge does respectable damage to the bulky blue mouse. Azumarill does get the full bubble farm down, however I send back out Galvantula. I could have fired off the discharge first at suboptimal timing. However, when you've got something like Galvantula, it's always nice to debuff whatever's in the back. So I shield up the play rough, throw 2 Volt Switches and the discharge for optimal fast move time and discharge. Secures the knockout. The opponent's final Pokemon is Defense Deoxys, and my god, this opponent doesn't know just how fucked they are. They shield up the lunge, I show him Sableye, and the opponent says no thank you, I'm out of here. Moving on to the next one. Galvantula out here winning all the leads, unlike my Skarmory yesterday that pretty much lost all of them. We farm up, throw the lunge on the CMP tie, lowering Lantern's already non-existent attack. Galvantula's incredibly glassy, but we don't need to respect the debuffed Surf. Again, I could throw the lunge on the CMP tie, but instead I'm going to bank the charge move for the road and send out Sableye. Sableye easily absorbs the debuffed Surf. The opponent stays in, give me a full Shadow Claw farm down, and now I've got a very nice running start on energy. The opponent sends out Swampert, and Swampert is not going to appreciate these Shadow foul plays. Swampert chooses to invest the Protect Shield on the first one. I really love Shadow Sableye, my god, look at the Shadow Claw damage. We're going to match shields. We're then going to farm up, throw the next foul play, looking to get Swampert incredibly low or force the final shield. The opponent choose to invest that final Protect Shield, and at this stage now, we're just going to let Sableye go down. I did bank the lunge, however, when I send out Galvantula, I'm going to pause a turn, wait for the Mud Shot to start, ensuring the opponent doesn't catch on something like Skarmory. The opponent's final Pokemon is actually Trevenant. Lunge lands for decent damage, lowering Trevenant's attack. Quagman is only weak to grass. The opponent is a grass type, but up a Protect Shield. Quagman is going to have no problem getting this pesky tree out of here. We shield the Seed Bomb, over farm, throw the Mud Bomb. It's going to be High Tree, Bye tree. Quagman is a Trevenant counter confirmed. You heard it here first. And for the second time in the video, Quagman is going to remind Swampert who's the new king of the mud boys. GG's and thanks for playing. In the next battle, we see what I only can describe as a yikes lead. We're going to say switch into Sableye. We're going to throw the foul play as soon as we get it. However, I actually overtap, end up throwing on the CMP tie. Thanks lag, you love to see it. How I'd usually prefer to play this matchup is throw the foul play before they reach the flame charge and then let Sableye go down. However, it is what it is. This is the early ranks, there's no need to get pissed off. With the game running suboptimally, you can see we've got the spinning ball of death. However, we have got shield advantage. I'm going to wait out my clock, send in the Quagman. The opponent isn't switch locked, so they're likely to switch out, and they do, into Poliwrath. Quagman, not too bad in this matchup, 2 mod bombs, pretty much knockout. However, the opponent's actually going to win CMP, throw the Icy Wind to the second mod bomb, now won't be lethal. The opponent throw the Icy Wind, I can see my switch timer has popped up, so I'm actually going to go for somewhat of an undercharge to allow Galvantula to get a cheeky farm down. Out comes Galvantula and the opponent actually reached the Icy Wind, which is brutal. The non-stab Icy Wind does over half my HP. The opponent can't return with Talonflames, would outpace to the discharge, so they choose to send out Lantern. We catch the opponent into a CMP tie. They do not win. This now dumps Lantern's energy and puts him into Mud Bomb range. Now all down to the Quagman. Once again to sweep the back line. Out comes Quag. The opponent then sends out Talonflame. We throw 2 Mud Shots and the Mud Bomb to ensure we get it off before the next Flame Charge Mud Bomb. Secures the knockout, back out comes Lantern, and it's going to be a race to the back-to-back charge moves. However, Lantern is straight 6s, and we're 5, then 4. Quagman farms up to the double. You can see that isn't CMP, which Quagman would win. So Quagman once again claims another victim and sweeps the back line. GG's and thanks for playing. Despite some unfortunate lag in the opening matchup, Quagman bails us out. In the next battle, normal service has resumed with another person running the silly electric fish. We know how this one plays out. The opponent plays for the CMP tie. Galvantula gets the debuff off. The opponent actually chooses to invest to protect shield, and regardless of that, I'm not shielding shit. The opponent throws the surf. The opponent then pivots out into Galarian Stunfisk, and we answer with the Quagman. The opponent is at a potential Earthquake, and I am going to respect it. Quagman, unlike Swampert, is pretty bulky, even in its shadow form, so I think people are reluctant to bait it. We farm up, throw the Mud Bomb won't be lethal, however we can then farm up, throw the next Mud Bomb on the CMP tie to Earthquake number 2, and shielding decision is with the opponent. The opponent chooses to invest that final Protect Shield, and I've got a decision to make. I'm going to call the Earthquake. As the opponent shielded, they likely hit the Earthquake, which they did. Quagman can now overfarm. I was going to throw the next Mud Bomb on the CMP tie, but the opponent chooses to throw the Rock Slide, which might even allow Quagman to get the full Mud Shot farm down, which we get. Quagman leaves absolutely loaded. Out comes everyone's favourite basic bitch fighter, Metachan. We're going to chip him with the Mud Bomb, pivot back out into Galvantula, looking to draw back out Lantern. The trap has worked. Lantern, about to be a victim of the debuff effect lunge, gets him below half health. The opponent might be able to spark me all the way down. The opponent gets scared, dump energy, and this is just game over. Surf secures the knockout. We can send out Sableye. Sableye's going to get the full Shadow Claw farm down, and when Metachan does return, if the opponent doesn't top left, they're about to get some bad manners. The opponent playing out the Heart Attack Wincon, hoping I'd die mid-battle. However, unfortunately for this trainer, I'm alive and well. We tank the Ice Punch, throw the BM Power Gem. Of course, Power Gem isn't the correct move, but it's pretty funny. GG's. Oof, what a lead. Galvantula out here, winning lead after lead. The opponent safe switches into Poliwhirl. Holy, they're weak to Galvantula. We're going to shield up the Mud Bomb. We're then going to throw the lunge. You can just see the Volt Switch damage has got this bulky XL Pokemon below half health. Now Galvantula has applied the very annoying debuff effect. We're going to send out Sableye. The opponent throws the Scold, but after a debuff, it doesn't do half our HP. I'm then going to farm up, throw the foul play on the CMP tie to the Mud Bomb, and this will be securing the knockout. And then when Skarmory does return, we're going to get off some very good chip damage. Back out comes Skarmory. Sableye still not done, reaches the foul play, and Shadow Sableye hits like a truck. Skarmory incredibly thick, but foul play gets them below half health. The opponent does commit to the full Steel Wing farm down. We send back out Galvantula. Of course, we're going to shield up the incoming Sky Attack. Look to Volt Switch farm down. The opponent not wanting to get farm down. Send out Ludicolo. Holy, triple weak to Electric. Trainer. Electric isn't a myth. We throw the lunge, applying the debuff effect, forcing the final Protect Shield. You'll then notice I waited 2 whole turns to ensure I can catch the Scold onto the Quagman. A very nice play, if I do say so myself. Quagman then farms up, throws the Stone Edge. Stone Edge hits for neutral, have a Ludicolo, pretty tick, and does tank it. Has the opponent top left, we get some lag. Luckily for me, we don't get the no bob on, the opponent is still here. The opponent then opts to throw one further Scold, not letting me get the resisted Mudshot farm down. Scold secures the knockout. However, Galvantula is going to Volt Switch farm down the remainder of the team, and we take that game. In the next battle, the Kentucky Fried Chicken Bird of Death is a big no thank you from me. I switch out into Sableye, and again you can see we get some stutter, so I'm actually not going to look to throw the foul play. I'm actually just going to shield, continue to over farm, and then look to throw at good timing. The opponent actually choose to pivot out into Wish Daddy Cash, and Sableye is going to put off some huge damage. The first foul play forces the Protect Shield, but Sableye says there's plenty more of where that came from. Foul play number 2 gets Wish Daddy Cash down below half health. Sableye has at least got Wish Daddy Cash into lunge range. The opponent throw the Scold, securing the knockout, and we're going to send back out Galvantula and hope Quagman can sweep the back line. We send out the Spider. The opponent build up to a potential Scold, however I think they're likely going to bait with a Mud Bomb, which they do. I then get greedy, over farming, think I'm going to throw one further Volt Switch, and the opponent's already at the next Mud Bomb. I'm actually going to shield this up, look for the full resisted Volt Switch farm down. We can't get it, so we catch onto the Quagman, and we're going to see what the opponent's got in the back. Mud Bomb won't do too much damage. However, the opponent's got Trevenant. I'm gracefully going to concede. GG's to that opponent. Let's see if we can bounce back in the next battle. Decent lead, Azumarill getting torn apart by the Volt Switches. An argument could be made to throw at suboptimal timing, looking to force the opponent to shield first. However, if it's a bulky XL Azumarill, one discharge won't be lethal. So instead, I shield up the Ice Beam, throw 2 Volt Switches and the discharge 8 turns into 9 turns, the correct fast move timing. The opponent just completely sack Azumarill, taking their shield advantage and send out Lantern. Lantern is greeted with the lunge. The opponent can't afford to over farm. If they don't want to invest the Protect Shields, the opponent instead opt to throw the Surf. Surf does secure the knockout, we send out Quagman. The opponent's final Pokemon is Skarmory. Skarmory is going to be greeted with the Stone Edge. This is a pretty good matchup for the Quagman. The opponent shields the first Stone Edge. We're then going to look to throw Stone Edge number 2. The opponent farming up a boatload of energy. Stone Edge hits for neutral, but Quagman hits so hard it rocks the opponent deep into the red. We're just going to completely sack Sableye. The opponent can Brave Bird if they like. The opponent actually bait with the Sky Attack, then opt to throw back to back, and that should be just about all she wrote. The Quagman is still incredibly healthy and has a Protect Shield to hide behind. The opponent build up some energy, send out Lantern. I farm up to the back-to-back Mud Bombs. The opponent can't afford to shield this, however they invest that Protect Shield. We fire off the back-to-back. It's going to be High Lantern by Lantern. Skarmory would need to double up on charge moves. The opponent recognising the game's over are going to concede the match. In the next battle, another Kentucky Fried Chicken Bird of Death. We safe switch into Sableye. This time you can see we don't stutter whatsoever, so I'm going to opt to throw the foul play instantly, looking to get myself early shield advantage. The opponent does invest that Protect Shield and they dump energy. Sorry buddy Sableye, you're going to be used as a sacrificial lamb. Flame Charge doesn't knock out. The opponent then snipe with Politoed, getting a very nice Mudshot farm down. However, we can send back out the Spider. The opponent goes straight for a Weather Ball. Despite Galvantula being made of paper, we can tank 1. We can then reach the lunge on the CMP tie to Weather Ball number 2, and we are going to secure the knockout. The opponent, not wanting to take the Volt Switch damage, choose to send out Lantern. I anticipate the opponent looking to throw the Surf on the CMP tie, so instead we bank the charge move, pivot out into their Quagman, and Quagman is looking primed to sweep. If you're looking to core break the Silly Electric Fish and the Firebird, Quag's your man. We shield up the Surf. We pause a turn, anticipating the opponent trying the luck at a Mud Bomb catch, but the only thing they catch is the Stone Edge to their face. Stone Edge vanquishes Talonflame, back to their Pokeball, and I'm sure by now you all know the drill. The first Mud Bomb will be forcing the opponent's final Protect Shield, and the second Mud Bomb is going to be all she wrote. Quagman says thank you very much, and GG's, and thanks for playing. Heading into the next battle, Galvantula into Stunfisk. Yikes, we're going to pivot into Sableye, and the opponent sends out Azumarill. Fairy versus a Dark type, however Sableye can flip this matchup. Bubble is now doing more damage, however despite that, the bubbles aren't going to add up enough. We shield the Ice Beam, throw 1 Shadow Claw and the Power Gem. Power Gem, force a Protect Shield. The opponent obviously wants to keep that super positive alignment. However, if I can help it, that is not going to happen. Sableye throws Power Gem. Number 2, getting Azumarill into the red. And I think at this stage I can just shield, Shadow Claw farm all the way down and leave with residual energy good to go. The opponent bait once again with the Ice Beam, but Azumarill doesn't make another charge move. Sableye takes back switch advantage, and that is going to be key as Quagman is going to get aligned with this Bear Trap. Back out comes the bear trap. Sableye throws the first foul play, getting him down to around half health. The opponent continuing to farm up, allowing Sableye to reach foul play number 2, and Sableye forces the opponent's final protect shield. The opponent recognising they're going to be unable to mud shot farm down, opt to throw the rock slide. Sableye absolutely going off in the mid game. We now send out the Quagman. The opponent going to throw the Earthquake, but Earthquake just isn't going to get the job done. We absorb the damage. The opponent sends out Pidgeot. I bank the Stone Edge for the road, send out the Spider as the sacrificial lamb. The opponent's going to be forced to throw the Brave Bird. Brave Bird secures the knockout. Back out comes Quagman. We overfarm. Stone Edge going to vanquish this bird back to their Pokeball. When Stunfisk does return, Mud Bomb is going to secure the dub. And despite losing lead and apparently getting hard countered on the Say Switch, Sableye just doesn't care. Moving on to the next one. Galvantula into Venusaur, a pretty neutral matchup. Our Volt Switches are resisted, and likewise their Vine Whips are also resisted. We farm up, throw the lunge. Lunge forces the opponent's Protect Shield, and I've got a tough decision to make. To be honest, even a Frenzy Plant hits like a truck, so we actually are going to invest a Protect Shield. The opponent does not bait. Then pivot out into Public Enemy number 1, and this is the most beautiful thing you will ever see. The Quagman locked in against stupid fucking wall face. The brick wall throws the Stone Edge. Quagman says, "Is that all you've got?" I farm up, throw the Mud Bomb. We go for an undercharge, looking to leave at 100 energy. The undercharge is a beauty. Quagman leaves absolutely loaded. Venusaur does return. Are they about to shield the Stone Edge? Stone Edge sneaks through, rocking Venusaur into the red. We get the Mud Shot farm down. The opponent's final Pokemon is Pelipper, and Quagman fires off Stone Edge number 2, near one shot, and we snipe with Galvantula, and that is going to be all she wrote. Quagman absolutely popping off, and unfortunately that is going to end today's showcase. I think the core of Quagsire and Galvantula is incredible. To be honest, it is a bit glassy, it is a bit clunky to use, as Volt Switch is a clunky 4-turn move. However, if you're good with counting, if you're knowledgeable how to catch charge moves, pausing turns, etc., this is a phenomenal team. So if you're enjoying the content, smash that like button. If you're new, consider subscribing. If you like your battles featured on my channel, a link to the battle submission form is down below. And as always, a huge thank you to everyone for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.